I can see you now. Well, barely. But good morning. This is another morning yoga. Today's yoga we are going to stand on the floor. So I am out again. We have Indian summer, so I'm going to try to take best out of it as much as possible and approach a little bit closer. Maybe the sound is a little bit better as well. So we're going to lie down. You can do it in bed or you can get on the mat, up to you. Just make sure you have cushions nearby and blocks again, or even if you have pillows from a bed, it's perfectly fine. So, Lexi, yes, thank you, baby. So we're going to lie down and we're going to start today from toes up. And the other thing what we're going to try to do today is we're working on balancing our wood element. And explain really quickly, wood element is where anything aggressive or anger is related to wood element. So anger is like feeling very insecure or trying to control the situation. So as we are heading into the school season, it's a very kind of a stressful time for a lot of parents, or even going to school or college. Some things might not go according to our plan, and we have to change our summer routine back into a winter routine, and it can cause infection. So balancing a wood element now would be ideal time. So hopefully we feel a little bit more confident and great after this. So I'm asking you to lie down and just make sure your collarbones are wide and open. Place your dominant hand on your heart. Actually, don't. Place both hands on your stomach, down here where you're, like on your belly button, right? Down to here. And breathe. Don't distort anything how you breathe, just breathe in and out. Acknowledge your breathing. Don't change it, just breathe. Now, see, can you put your breathe more into your stomach. When you breathe in, can you expand your stomach and feel like a ball of sun in your stomach? And breathe out all this air out. If you can't yet, that's okay. If it's more on chesty, but try to get every time you breathe in your stomach, so your stomach expands out. Breathe in, breathe out. You should feel this opening in your stomach. If you have a reverse breathing, the diagram that when you breathe out, your stomach goes out. It takes some time to get this into it. So breathe back in the stomach. Let's do 10 breaths like this. Breathe out. Or follow your own rhythm. Now let the breathing go. Just breathe normally. How do you feel? Watch how your breathing is now. Is it more deeper? Is it less shallow and goes like deeper in your stomach and in your body? It's nice, isn't it? It's a good thing at the start in the morning to oxidize, I can't see your whole body. So if you can now, just start to point your toes, very slowly point, relax and pull the toes towards your head. Point them away from you. Point, flex. Point and flex. You might have a clicks or cracks. That's okay too. If you can now, stretch out your toes wide like that, and then together. Squeeze them together. Tight, then flex out again. Let's get really activated our legs this morning, and then tighten them up, squish them together, and flex them out again. Just stretch them out, all the little toes. Ow, I can't get a feeling. Oh, and my cramp went. And then squish them together. Pull them like in a little toe fist. Right, relax them. And then we circle them together in the same direction. Like a bicycle on one way, bicycle going another way. And then you now circle them together inside. And now circle them together outside. Whoa, my legs are on fire. Just shake them a little bit now. Let me just shake them. Like we did with the hands. We can add hands as well. Just shake the legs. And just wiggle them. Now, can we just point the toes inside and then legs outside, like we did in the seated? Just point the toes inside and then point your toes outside on the sides, not on the front and back, on inner, like a windscreen, wipers. So wipe them in, wipe them out, and now wipe on to the right, or left, and to the right. Kind of heating up our bit of our hip joints here. Waking them up. Nice. Now, could you bring your right foot to your chest? So pull it in a little bit. And now stretch the foot back out. Leg, whole leg back out. And now bring the left leg to your chest. Nice. We activate all the knee joints, your hip joints. Now back on the right leg on your chest. Bring it in and stretch out. You can do the breathing with it. Then you bring the leg in, you breathe in. And now when you bring the leg back straight, breathe out. Then breathe in and breathe out. Nice. Breathe in. Last time, one. And left leg, last one. Breathe in and breathe out. Now can you bend your legs and put your feet on the ground or a bed or wherever you are. Put your feet about a mat width apart or like a little bit wider than your hips. And now start to kind of drop the knees on your right side. Now bring them back in the center and drop your knees on the left side. Just kind of activate a little bit more on the hips, back to the center and to the right. Activate a little more hip joints, back to the center and on the left side. And also we are kind of starting to work on our pelvic floor, activate the tummy muscles and the lower back muscles as well. Being stiff. You can keep your hands on the side, palms to the ceiling. You can add breathing to it. Breathe out when it's on the side, breathe in when it's center, and out when it's on the sides. Oh, you can feel the opening in the hips, pelvic floor. Now when you bring your knees together, or actually don't bring the knees together, bring the feet about hip width apart, but like knees bent. And what we're going to do now is bring your left knee up to your chest, place the ankle over the right foot, and just slightly straighten up the leg there, on top leg. It should be in a figure 4, like a 4. Looks like a number 4, and you can gently press on your left knee, or like a inner thigh, just to push away from your body a bit. You should feel a little stretch on the side of the glutes. This helps with the sciatica, especially if you're waking up with a little bit of a sore back. So this helps to relieve all the back pain. It just releases all the nerves, all the tightness on the nerves, and helps to kind of get back up again. This is beautiful. Now if it's available for you, you could bring up your right foot. Now again, you can use blocks, and you can stay on your toes, or you can use a block or a cushion to put underneath, just to kind of underneath your right foot, just to kind of elevate the leg a bit. The right leg is not doing the work right now, it's the left leg. Also, throw up your pelvic floor muscles and the lower tummy muscles. Bring in your ribs, but don't lose the little curve, natural curve on your back, okay? That helps a little to save your, keep your back muscles safe, okay? While still getting the nice stretch out of it. Now, if you can't do it, you can stay where you are. It's perfectly fine. I'll make it put the leg back down. Down. And you can come out of it back into neutral position, 2 feet down on the ground, hip width apart. Now we'll swap around the leg. We bring in the right leg to our knee and place the ankle over the left knee. Now press a little bit, tiny bit, like it's a little pressure, but it's a tiny. It's like you're not yanking the push away. You just kind of put a little tiny bit of that tension, or like kind of a helping to open it up a little bit. It's just straightening the arm, not forcing anything to move, okay? You should be feeling the pull on your side glute here. Make sure your pelvic floor is pulled in, a little natural curve on your thoracic part. Now if you can, if it's available for you, bring your left foot on your toes. It should intensify that little stretch in here, but it could be perfectly fine. Breathe in. Don't forget your breathing. You can intensify a little bit more. I actually can't today. Not this side. I can break it up, but I can't even put my hands really around the tie. It's so tight today. I could do with the blocks underneath. Like this. Like there is no wrong way of doing it. It is wherever you are is a perfect place for you at this very moment. There's no point to rush it. Okay? Everything comes in its own divine time. Now, release the leg, both legs down on the ground. Now bring the knees into your chest and place your hands on front of your kneecap. So you're not kind of dragging or trying to pull your knees to your chest. It's a very gentle way to keep your knees safe when you're doing this exercise. And I want you to kind of circle the knees. Make little circles just above you. Nice. Kind of massage your lower back before we're going to go and do the twists. Now another way around. Oh. Now place your feet back. Can you now raise your left foot and put it over your right foot? And now as you go along, bring a cushion, pillow or a box and place them on other side. And then drop your knees down to your right side. Probably on the blocks because we don't want to overdo it in the first thing in the morning. Now make sure your shoulder blades stay on the ground and straight out your left arm, palm looking at the ceiling. Now you can feel the stretch of the twist, bringing in the stretch on the side of your body. Now if you move, just leave it there at the moment. If you want more intense stretch here, you can move your arm a little higher. You could start to feel there's a bigger stretch on under your arm, on the side of your body, down to your fingertips. The nerves are opening up. You could also, when your lower back is slightly opening up, you can take a few blocks away. But don't leave your knees hanging, because when you leave them hanging, you can do a whole lot of damage to your spine and to your ligaments and your muscles. You could overstretch. Just find the edge and stay on the edge, but don't overdo it, because eventually your body will release more and more and more. You will get there, but you just don't force it, or don't be hardly trying to force it to do the poses. It's no point. Okay, breathing in, moving out. Yep, still working. I can't see a thing. The sun is just beaming just over the camera, so like, I hope you see it. Now you can release the legs and bring them back to the center very slowly as you're coming out of the spine. Let's twist, the spine twist. Now just wave the legs on the side to side a bit, massaging your back and getting your spine back into neutral position. Now place the blocks to the other side, or a cushion or whatever to support to the other side, so the left side. Raise up your right foot or right leg and across it to your left, and just slowly let your knees going down to the ground. Now place your shoulders nicely strongly on the ground and stretch out your right arm, palm facing upwards. If it's available for you, you could look at the arm. But if it's not available, if you have any neck issues and you haven't warmed up your neck that much, then you can just keep looking. Close your eyes and keep the head on the center. Again, if you like more intense in your arm, you can move the arm a little bit higher, but it's not necessary at all. And as your hips open up on the back of the spine and the twists, you can take the blocks away, let the knees to fall a little further, find your edge, but it's not necessary. If wherever you are today is the current edge you need to be. Now release your legs and come back in the center. Wave your legs from side to side a little bit, not as deep, but just to kind of neutralize the back again. Now we're going to do another twist. I'm going to ask you to bring your legs to your chest and then bring the legs together, knees together, leg to your right side. Just slowly. Again, you can use blocks if it doesn't hit the floor or a cushion. Just as far as you can. And again, make sure your shoulder blades stay stuck on the ground. Raise your, bring your hand straight out your hand on the right side. And if you can now, you could watch your right hand, left hand, the left one. This is a little bit more intense in your arm bit because your leg's a little bit higher up. You can keep your knee, if you find that your body just kind of wants to kind of get out of this, like a little bit straighten up, you can keep your right hand on your knees. It's just like a bit of a weight. Now you can also put down, if you have a bolster, you can place the bolster as a weight on the legs, but it's not necessary. It's more of a kind of, your body wants to fight back a bit. It wants to go back into this comfortable pose. So this is like kind of holding it is like, yes, this is an intensity. We also need that. We need this tissue, this muscle tissue to kind of stretch out a little bit more to get this nervous system going. That's why we're doing yoga, so we wouldn't do that stiff. Breathing. It's funny how my nose is going like it's fine until I sit down because it's so stuffy nose straight away. Now release your arm and bring your knees back to the center. Just stay in the center for a second. Let your spine adjust. You could actually feel a little bit right now at this moment, before we go on the legs on the other side, how your left side is a little bit more open to the right. Now, move your blocks or cushions if you need a support, and set your knees, hug them in, and set them on the left side. Shoulder blades on the ground, straight out your right hand. You can keep looking at your right hand if that's possible. You can remove blocks if it's possible for you, or just get lower on the ground as your body opens up. Keep your left hand on the knees, just that your body wouldn't want to straighten out that much. We want to kind of keep them hit over like an edge on the body here, just to kind of keep the muscles stretching out there, the muscle tissue. I'm saying wrong things, but you know what I mean. breathing. Concentrate more on your breathing at the moment and see what is happening in your body. Move hand higher if it's want a little bit more tension in your arms. And every time you breathe in, just feel the expansion in your body. Release the legs and come back into the center. Hold your knees for a second and let the spine. You can rock back and forth a little bit to get the pelvis. Belly cradle back to the center. Now we're going to do it again, but this time we're going to keep the legs in a 90 angle, okay? 90 degrees. So straight out your legs so you can kind of like you're like sitting, right? And then move your legs to the right side. But this time also move all your hands to the right as well and put the palms together. Now we're going to start to open up our chest and our shoulder area. So what you do now is you just slide on top hands on the floor, just over your head to the left side. And you can bring arms together, back together. And we're going to do it again. And we're going to add the breathing. So we breathe in, slide the hands, breathe in. And when we get to the left and bring the hand over our body, then we breathe out. We're going to do that 3 more times. One more time. And now we're going to go back on our back and we swap the sides. Okay? We're going to go straight to left side. Keep your legs in a 90-degree angle and knees in a 90-degree angle. Palms together. Put your hand across. No, and over the head, so slide it over the head to the left side, right side. Hand facing, palm facing the ceiling, hand on the ground, and then bring it over your body back together. And breathe in, and breathe in. Slide on the floor over the head and over the body back. 3 more times in your own time. Breathe in when you slide, breathe out when you're bringing it over. Last one. Okay, now back into central, back in the middle, legs, knees apart, legs hip width apart, feet down. Now we're going to do a few bridge poses here. I want you to put your palms down on the mat, on the floor, and just press down your heels, and you can feel every time when you press down, straight away your whole glutes and your back of the legs are straightened out. So we're gonna press down and we're gonna let go. Press down and let go. And now with the next press, I want you to curve your pelvic floor back and kind of raise it up, because that's all what your heel's going to do. You want to raise up your head, the pelvic girdle. So raise, press your feet, raise, vertebra by vertebra, down, up. Engage your pelvic floor here, your upper muscles, the lower tummy muscles. Hold, breathe. Breathe in. And now lower it all back down. With the next, we're gonna also add arms. So we're gonna engage the heels, and we're gonna press it all up, and we're gonna bring the hands as we breathe in over our head, and all back down. Try your knees not facing out. Keep them straight, nearly not going together, but just like you have a beach ball between your knees. So you're not going like outwards, because that is very unstable for your hip and your pelvic floor. And you don't want to go together, because then there is no way to move any higher. So you make your legs very nice and strong. So you press your heels down, you squeeze the inner thighs like there's a ball in between. You raise the pelvic floor, you put the hands up, move the hands up above. You can actually kind of come a little bit higher, and you can engage your tummy muscles. You're gonna go up and then go back down. I'm gonna do it again. And now. And one more time. Lovely. Now if you can, kind of roll yourself on one side, press with the top hand on the ground, and come up seated. Now if you are in a bed, you can sit on a bed. We're just going to warm up a little bit our shoulders and the neck, and we are pretty much to do a bit of a seated savasana, or just kind of a feeling is like where we can put our mantras for the day and get ready for it, get it cracking. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit more shoulder rings. We've done quite well for our shoulders already. That shoulder circles were amazing. I love them so much. Yeah, and another way, and now one more time. Okay, place your, what's the hand is this? Left hand on a side of your right side of the head, and just gently pull. Try to keep your left shoulder down or right shoulder down. A gentle pull, not too much. And another side. It's only for about 5 seconds. And we're going to do it another side again. And little goddess hands here. We're going to raise our chin up. Just, I don't want you to go like this. I want you to keep your neck nice and long, and just move chin up. It all opens up here. And then chin back down. Curve the nose back down. Keep the neck nice and long. Just stretch out the back of the head. I want you to look over your right shoulder. Now with the nose, make a circle through your chest to the other side. So you look now over your left shoulder, and then bring the head back to center. Now we look at the left shoulder, we curve with the nose over our chest to our right shoulder, and back in the center. Now, if you have blocks, if you're seated, you're grand, but if you're on the floor, try to put the blocks underneath your bum, so your sit bones will be facing nicely down. Bring your knees a little bit lower. I'm asking you to raise your arms up above. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in again, arms, big wide arms. And out. Now we're going to bring the hands on our lap, palms facing upwards, and we're going to bring the energy. We breathe in, bring it up, and we're going to put it out. We're making a nice circle, and again, and nothing but serves us, we're pushing away, and everything, all the power was in us, we'll put it out. Now place your hands on your heart. Whatever is your intention for today, whatever is your mantra, this is the time to say it. What's my mantra? It's on my fridge. Forgot about it. Just a moment now. Set intention. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.